Lights, camera, action. In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film. Cut! That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey once again, and this is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Sure.
It's been an interesting year in movies, and since the year wrapping up, we're just going to talk about some of the highest grossing films of 2024. I can give you the top five, and y'all just let me know what that sounds common to you or even surprising. Top five is number one, Inside Out 2. Number two, Deadpool Wolverine. Number three, Despicable Me 4. Number four, Mona 2?
Moana.
Moana 2.
Moana.
Yeah. And this fifth one I ain't gonna be able to pronounce neither. Dune Part 2.
Dune.
I guess. Yeah, so those are the top five. Inside Out.
Wait, hold up. Off camera. You were just talking about her.
Hey.
Who?
No. Oh, no, I wasn't talking about it. I was just bringing something how something was said to light. But that's not important.
I must have been out the room.
Absolutely.
Talking about who?
No, he's
no.
talking about-
Which movie?
No, it wasn't a
No,
movie.
he's
It's
talking about
the
Demure.
pronunciation.
He's talking about Demure.
Oh, you talking about Demure? Stop laughing at me.
Demure DeRozan.
Just but
That's not very Demure.
It's probably gonna be the last one.
It's not.
so
What on you?
I just gave y'all five. But anything y'all notice about those five?
Not at all.
There's some sort of a sequel.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, technically, Deadpool Wolverine is like
No,
not really a sequel.
It's
Because I mean, like
it's supposed to be like a second part. Ideally, it was supposed to be a second part of a Deadpool movie. So they're like technically it's not, but it's supposed to be like counted somehow as a sequel. But literally, so I'm looking down.
Yeah, but actually, no, you couldn't even say that because it doesn't have to hold the same continuity of the first movie. So in that very detailed way, it's not a sequel. I mean, it'd be like saying like if there was a standalone with one of the characters from Lethal Weapon,
Okay.
that them teaming up or whatever would be a sequel, and it wouldn't be a sequel. It'd just be like it could possibly be in the same universe, but it's not a sequel.
Okay. So
Kind of like the Hobbs and Shaw from Fast and Furious. That's not a sequel. It's in that universe, but it's not a sequel to any of the Fast and Furious movies. It's actually its own thing too.
So I guess we kind of like its own, like an offshoot.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so one offshoot in 4 sequels. So I was looking like at least let's see. Oh yeah, this down like 60, 70 films that are up to 2024. Most of them are sequels. You got Godzilla, Kung Fu Panda.
Wait, which Godzilla? Was it that -1?
The New Empire?
When didn't they like
Godzilla King or Godzilla Kong, the New Empire.
didn't it come out like last month or a couple of months ago?
Wait, I thought it was a King Kong movie before Godzilla. I thought the King Kong got the top billing. The one with had the little monkey in it.
It was just strange wording.
No, I'm saying it had a.
No, I
I'm saying it had like King Kong is like supposed to be a great ape, and he found like a smaller great ape in the film, and it had the monarch in it, whatever, like the moth or whatever it is, or Mothra, one of the two.
I didn't watch it, so I'm gonna take your word for it.
I can't remember because there was like 2 movies featuring Godzilla. I want to say this year, and I just like the -1 though was a Japanese one, and it was a dub, or excuse me, a sub. It was a sub. It was a subtitle movie, and they even had a monochrome version, like so old school.
I'm gonna take your word for it. worldwide, this the Godzilla Kong movie, over 500 million.
People like people like those
Let
movies.
me see that poster. Let me see the movie poster.
So I'm not like, I know my niece apparently likes Godzilla. That's when I started realizing this was a thing.
No, Godzilla's off the chain, man. But you got to be into that kind of thing.
Yeah, she's definitely into that kind of thing. Did not realize this was a thing till like maybe a year or two ago.
Oh yeah,
That's
it.
And Sonic is apparently growing in popularity too, which they just made a
the one is the that just came out.
Yeah, that just came out. So those earnings will probably count more until next year.
Yeah,
but that's doing very well as well.
That's like the only thing that Jim Carrey's actually doing now. He actually came back to acting just for that.
Yeah, because they've been doing interviews and he's talked about like they've been asking like, would he do another The Mask? Because again, remakes and sequels are sellers, and I'm not like he talks about like he's open to it, but
I think his audience is dead for that, man. Honestly,
but I mean, how many?
Because honestly, because if you could get somebody is like infectious personality type, because I mean you could honestly give that role to Ryan Reynolds and it'll probably be fine. He's more current than Jim Carrey.
He's more current, but
I mean, like, because you talking about somebody that's like just over the top. Because I mean, that's Ryan Reynolds is not playing a character when he's Deadpool. That's just him.
Yes, him. It works. Him,
but the mask
over the top.
The mask is over the top. Like the Jim Carrey mask, like that was way over the top.
It is. But Jim Carrey was perfect for that, just because his comedic style is like that. So he makes over the top looks somewhat smooth or more natural. It doesn't look as over the top, or it's not as visually displeasing as something like. I guess I have to use Kevin Hart as an example. Sometimes when he's kind of going over the top, it's kind of hard for me to watch.
Yeah, but I mean, like outside of maybe like one or two roles or whatever, Ryan Reynolds like has to actually tone it down.
And that's why I can't see him being The Mask.
Remember, like in the Switch Up with him and Bateman.
I've seen it, but that was a while.
I mean, it was doses of it, but it wasn't like it wasn't anywhere close to Deadpool.
I could see getting Ryan with just because he puts butts in seats. He'll put in theater. You would have to get another. It would be like and you could do this with The Mask. Create a whole nother character, and he's like a whole nother person who wore the mask, and he's kind of his own version of that character. But like him being with Jim Carrey's character I couldn't see that working out. Like he can be over the top, but not that kind of over the top.
Yeah, but I mean, like some of Jim Carrey's like comedy though is like almost like in your face annoying, like Cable Guy stuff like that.
So, yes,
Fire Marshal Bill.
The thing is with that, it doesn't look annoying when Jim do, because it is. And I saw someone reenact the scene off of the Cable Guy, and I was like, yo, this is cringy.
Well, I mean, the Cable Guy was cringy if you just looked at it without being like, oh, Jim Carrey, I like him. Hey, F that dude, man. Like I remember watching that. I'm like, man, what a jerk. Because I wasn't looking at Jim Carrey. I was looking at a jerk that Jim Carrey was playing.
Yeah.
Cable Guy. I'm like, nah, man. You better get up out of here, man.
Jim Carrey. It's like I didn't. And you're right. I didn't see that until I saw somebody reenacting the scene of it.
That wasn't the appeal of Jim Carrey. Like the appeal of Jim Carrey to me, anyway, personally, was when he played Andy Kaufman in that one movie, or when he played where the movie where the Truman Show. That was the true appeal of Jim Carrey.
I love them in the truth, and that's one of them shows, the movies you watch now. Go, damn! Look at where we're in now.
And or me, myself, and Irene. He's cutting. I know you're talking about. He's cutting off them sausages.
It's not really like one of my favorite Jim Carrey films, but to me, the appeal of Jim Carrey is he could be over the top, and it doesn't look over the top. It's a manageable. Him, and there's another comedian who's name escapes me that can kind of do that. Who passed? Played Morgan Mindy. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Anyways, but there's certain comedians that can be over the top.
Williams.
Robin Williams. That's what I'm thinking of. He can be over the top, even though I tend to like when he's doing when he's doing drama too. But and Jim Carrey does well with drama as well. But
you named that talking about Robin Williams.
No, I'm saying
all the other iconic movies that he's been.
No, it's like when I think of Robin Williams film, I tend to go to his drama, but when he's over the top, it doesn't look cringy to me. Where when you see like certain people doing too much, it just looks cringy.
I think that might be a bias, man. Because if you look at some of his older films, you might be like, at certain scenes, you might wince at. Like, can you look at Hook right now and be like, yeah, that was a little too far?
Me like seeing like he was doing too much, or like the film is. I even
because like the fat kid cannonball thing, that was too much. I'll tell you that right now, that was way too much.
You probably wouldn't put that in the current version of the Hook. I'm just imagining how that would go off.
Oh, they would not vote well now. Oh my goodness.
Okay. We're gonna take that scene off, burn that scene. I haven't thought about that in years.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, there's certain things you'd be like, man, why they do that? Then I was like,
is that the face you made?
Yeah.
I thought nothing of it back then, but he's one of those actors that can kind of. I'm trying like I hate that I can only think of like Kevin Hart as somebody who
make Cat Williams the mask.
Him down.
You know what? There's a part of it that goes. That's a terrible idea.
There's another vote. I would watch that though.
Like I want to see it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like I wouldn't mind. I would like to see what that would look like.
I'm like, huh?
I would like Cat Williams as the mask. I don't. You made. I feel like it would be terrible, but it was also like. I would go see it. I would.
I can't argue with that. Because I would like to see how that turns out. I really would.
Like what story they would use. I don't even like honestly anything to get Cat Williams on a press run. I'm down for it. But him as the man. Like who else you think would?
I think you just spit out a name right there and it kind of worked.
And he was like, oh, well, shit.
No, like I thought you were gonna say cat something and it popped in my head.
No.
I just heard that like the first like couple letters you said something and I was like, oh, make Cat Williams a mask.
I gave you an accidental alley-oop. That's fine. That'll be on me. I'm trying to look into because obviously like sequels make a lot of money.
Yeah, but it like okay, what like kind of borderline comedian or funny actor that could be a bankable star could you get butts and seats? Cat Williams would come to mind, although you know he hasn't done it as of late, but people know of it of being funny. Yeah, so you know you're gonna get some funny moments in there. It like naturally funny. He's gonna ad lib some stuff. But is there somebody like that?
I don't you know, see him as the man. But
that's the only reason why I mentioned the whole Ryan Reynolds thing, because that's like the first like kind of current bankable star that I could think of that you know is always like doing too much comedy at times, and The Mask is is way over the top.
I'm throwing this name out and somewhat reluctantly, like a Jamie Foxx.
I mean,
he's talented enough.
He'll be funny, but I mean, I don't know. Would he want to do that? Because would he want to follow in the footsteps of like Jim Carrey? Not to mention his health issues. I don't know if he's gonna be up for roles.
But not put that all aside. We're just talking about him as the person, like his who he is, character, or his acting.
Sure, why not?
Like it's like he's talented enough to do it, but I wouldn't look at Jamie Foxx. Oh, that's weird. But I also think like, why would he do it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where my brain's like, Yeah, he could do it, but like this, it would feel like they had to throw some money at him for this because it just wouldn't seem like something he would do.
But it'll probably be in his style, in the form of a Jamie Foxx style mask.
Yeah, but I mean, Jamie Foxx is funny enough, like around all crowds. Jamie Foxx can, like, depending on his audience, he can make you laugh.
Yeah,
and like he's good at that. So I'm like, but also Cat Williams is funny to a lot of different people. There's some people that just don't like him, but yeah, he's a naturally funny guy. Yeah,
he does I think people who just have comedic voices, this would probably be terrible. I'm thinking Chris Rock, but
Chris Rock wouldn't work. Chris Rock, because Chris Rock definitely wouldn't work because Chris Rock doesn't have that smooth to him.
No.
Like, and Tony Rock is not like big enough. Tony Rock, if you're talking about like somebody just like a smooth character but still funny,
yeah.
Tony Rock is like kind of like he's smoother than Chris is.
Yeah,
and like I don't know, like all time I like Chris Rock stuff better, but I probably watch more Tony Rock now currently.
So me with Chris Rock, because he just he can say things.
Yeah,
come out just because of his voice. He just has a funny voice.
Yeah, I think you have to have like the smooth element to the person too.
But yes, it's hard for me to think of somebody. Speaking of Jamie Foxx, this is somewhat off topic, but I wanted to bring it up. Have y'all seen his stand-up special?
No.
I saw it actually like maybe a week ago. And first thing I'm thinking is like, how long has it been since he's been on stage? Because he like someone like Eddie Murphy.
It's been a while.
He said like 18 years. Like Eddie Murphy is noticeable that he hasn't been on stage in a while. Just
but Jamie Foxx been just doing straight movies. It's more money.
And and same as Jamie, but with Tim was like because he didn't really like. I don't know if he went. I don't remember him being like on a club tour testing out stuff, and I don't even know if he really could at this point. Like Eddie Murphy couldn't do it neither. And I was saying he just breaks down like what happened, the process of it.
It was more like a testimony than it was.
In Jamie Foxx can't not be funny. He's just naturally a funny person.
Yeah.
But it was broken down. It's like, and I think the only way he could do what he wanted to do is in a stand-up format. Because I wouldn't say like,
well, they're comparing. I have not seen it, but they're comparing it to when Martin Lawrence was sick, and then he got well, and then he did his stand-up. That's what they're comparing it to.
It is like that. Martin's version was pretty much a stand-up. I would say that one was funnier. That was much more stand-up. This felt like a testimony in a stand-up format.
Yeah, that's what.
And I mean, he showed and. Like I don't know how he would market it any other way, but because there is comedic elements to it. It's a
stand-up. I mean, it's a stand-up special.
He shows he kind of displays in a way all of his talents.
Yeah.
So it's well done in that. Now, if you say if it's one of the funniest stand-ups, I would say no, but it was very well like plotted out and it was well done. You know, so if you haven't watched it, I would put it out there.
Look. I don't go to the carnival to look at the lights. I go to the carnival for the food and the rides.
That sounds like a bar that means.
I don't have anything to say. I really don't.
That's great, but what the fuck they gotta do?
I mean, like you said, hey, this is the greatest comedy. Like, how funny is it? Like on a funny scale. Like it's a comedy, right?
So I said scales 1 to 10. I would give it like, for it's just comedy, I would say it's more like a 6 on funny.
All right.
But it is interesting though. It is a good watch.
Yeah, but you talking about that from like a technical aspect.
Just
like
just
a regular civilian is going for a Jamie Foxx comedy show. I don't care about backstory.
Now.
Hey, I don't care about CEOs dancing in the video.
Now, maybe around a average person that's around, you may go into it like looking for a comedy. There's gonna be a point where you realize this is not as much of a comedy as you thought it would.
That sounds like a letdown. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You're not selling me right now.
But it's still good. You'll be a point where you get over. This is not going to be
I think
a pure stand-up special.
I think you're saying that because we know Jamie Foxx. We grew up with Jamie Foxx. We know his comedy. We know his movies, television shows, all this other stuff. So if somebody who has not seen Jamie Foxx or doesn't know about Jamie Foxx goes into it, how do you think they're gonna look at it?
So it would be like a younger person. But here's the thing: they're looking at Jamie Foxx as an actor doing comedy for the first time.
Well, I'm talking about not even that. If you don't know, if you've never seen none of his movies, you don't know who Jamie Foxx is. You're coming in to see a comedy show.
Now,
you're comedic.
How many people are gonna find that situation?
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah,
there's plenty.
There's plenty. Jamie Foxx.
No, there's plenty. Cause like, look, I was talking about somebody. I went to see Boys II Men at the Nashville Symphony like years ago.
Yeah.
And like, there's people that had season tickets and they didn't know who Boys II Men was. So like, just because we know who like people are and they're big to us doesn't mean it's all like across the board.
And I'm not even counting it from that. Like, he is probably one of the most bankable stars out today. There may be an argument he's one of the most talented ones.
Oh, like I would 100% put his talent across the board in all three facets. Like I've heard other very talented people say there is no reason that man has that much talent in his bones.
Yeah.
Like, so that would negate that. But I'm saying, like, as far as bankability, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like where he is on the scale, he could be in the 10, but he could be just outside as well. I have no clue.
I can put money on there's somebody who's never seen a Jamie Foxx movie.
Yeah.
Now,
there's a bunch of bodies.
300 million people. That may be somebody who's never really. They're probably staying like Montana or somewhere like that. That may not have seen or
right. So they go in and they're looking at a comedy or they're looking at a stand-up comedy or comedic. That's what they're going in as.
So say a random person from Montana went to Atlanta to see this show.
Or just watched it on Netflix.
No, that is a bad, terrible premise. What is this person from Montana doing in Atlanta at a comedy show?
They may just been visiting.
And so they decided to go to a comedy show
in Atlanta, Georgia. Not Atlanta, Maryland. I don't even know if there's Atlanta, Maryland. I'm just saying, man.
I'm just saying just like, I don't know the person's name, but there was a comedy special on Netflix and I watched it. I ain't never seen this person before in my life, but I went in trying to look at a stand-up. So I've never seen, I don't know what their backstory is. I don't know what they were doing. I mean, they wasn't that funny to me, but that's what I'm saying.
Who was it?
Can't remember the name.
What ethnicity? Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just asking a question. Like, because that might narrow it down. I might look.
It was a woman. It was a woman.
Okay. Was she Asian?
No.
Yeah, I knew you was thinking that.
No.
Like, there's very few people that do stand up on Netflix anyway. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, who it is.
But there's a lot of stand up specials on Netflix. Okay. There's a lot of them. But she was a woman.
Was she from the Caucasus Mountains?
She was. I don't know where she was.
What was from?
Looked like she was from the Caucasus Mountains.
She white?
Yes.
Was it Eliza? Something?
I promise.
I've actually met her before. She's actually pretty cool.
I don't know. I cannot remember this person's name.
Okay.
I really can't.
Okay.
And even if you spit out names at me,
what if I showed you a picture?
Then yes, I will recognize that. Don't pull your phone out now.
I'm pulling it out now. Hold on, pause.
but again, what you were saying, given that premise, if you believe that captivating storytelling would keep the person's attention, I think it would, because it has comedy in it, and it's also breaking down a great story.
Yeah, I get you, but it's just kind of like
it's a story of.
Nah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that.
I've met her before. She's from Dallas originally. But
it's also like, especially if you're someone that's in your 40s or 50s, and it's one of those things where a person is real. That's kind of the point in your life when you're realizing you think about your mortality.
Yeah.
And this is basically a person who had to have faced his mortality.
Yeah. I get it. I
Like,
get it.
literally, his whole situation could be a movie.
He probably gonna make it into a movie.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't.
I mean, it's fresh though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised there's a movie about his life. And but this part, like this in itself, and it wouldn't have to be Jamie Foxx. It could be a story loosely based on Jamie Foxx, would make a great movie. So
Yeah.
I think if anyone's haven't watched it, I would suggest you take a look at it. It's very well done. Now, since these sequels have made so much money, I was looking at some of the sequels that are coming out next year because of course there's going to be more of them. Like and I think Carson mentioned, I was talking about one a while, not in this episode, but a while ago, the Karate Kid sequel. And yes, because the trailer has already been out for that. Y'all seem to like that.
No, that's not her. Stop. Just stop. Because
he got it. He got it.
I will look it up after this episode and I will figure out who it is. Okay. But neither one of them was it.
Now, they got Sonic the Hedgehog and Mufasa, but that's because they came out.
Yeah, Mufasa just came out.
It's going to count as a 2025 film. But I guess Mufasa is like it's supposed to be looked at as a sequel.
I don't think Mufasa
is a prequel.
It's not a prequel.
They have got.
But that's a totally different story, though.
Yeah,
it's not The Lion King.
It would have to be a prequel, though. Like,
honestly, I think depending on how well this do, they're going to turn this into a Lion King universe. To be spin off.
Too late.
They've already done all that.
Timon and Poop, have they done that live action?
Like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking about whole live action.
No, they had a cartoon. The live action didn't do as well. It was super expensive for no reason.
Super expensive for no reason.
Yeah. Like, okay, you're going to take something that was a cartoon, and instead of reanimating it and just making like other versions of animation, you're going to do a live action with animals talking. I think the cartoon would be much cheaper.
And
Disney spend their money what they want to spend their money on.
And they hey, look, you say that, but they had a lot of very, very profound failures in the last 10 years.
But they spend their money what they want to spend their money on.
I'm saying you can only have so many failures even at Disney. And Disney was in trouble back before in the 80s.
But now they got so many
because they righted the ship. But I'm saying, like, but then they got drunk with their own success. And then Star Wars. Disney Star Wars arguably has not been the bane that everybody thought it was going to be. Star Wars by itself was a license to print money. They cannot sell most of their the stuff they're producing now.
Like isn't there Star Wars coming out next year?
Probably.
It might be.
I don't know why. It just feels like there's a Star Wars movie coming out every year.
Oh, speaking of which, there's like a Deadpool Christmas special coming, or something like that. Like I saw that announced maybe a couple weeks ago.
It's it's not a movie, isn't it? Or
I don't know what it is. I saw Ryan Reynolds he's just like announced like a Deadpool Christmas special. I was like, what the heck? What is this?
Oh, there's some what is this? Star Wars Andor season 2. I guess it's a show. Yeah, I guess they get
Andor's supposed to be really, really good, but I don't know. They said they were going to slow down on the movies because they're
I know they're probably slowing down with that with Marvel films too.
Well, because they're trying to crank out the volume they are, like the quality's not as good. And then it could potentially ruin your brand like down the road.
And I don't know if Star Wars had this issue too with because of the pandemic, it kind of caused a halt on a lot of movies.
Well, they can try to blame it on that, but no. Like the fans were waning off the series anyway. Like the trilogy or whatever, every single movie from the first in the latest trilogy, the one with Rey,
yeah,
it made less and less money each time.
So now, before I end this up, I just want to ask y'all this because sequels and prequels and all these are making money, and I mean, it seems to be all that they put out. Like, how do y'all think this affects original films?
I don't, because the originals is the original, and that's always going to be.
I'm sorry, I'm definitely. Or when I say original films, like creating a new one.
What you mean?
It's like a creating a new film from scratch.
That's what you should do.
Well, they're not doing that.
What? Here's
They have Wicked 2 coming out, I think, next November.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So you have an IP, and you think because you have a formula or whatever, you can just take that IP and extend it into infinity and beyond. To quote,
Or a universe.
Yeah. But not everything is meant to be like that. But some things or whatever, I think they probably should make, like Brightburn, basically like Evil Superman. It had Elizabeth Banks in it that played the Earth Mother or whatever. I can't remember who the dude was. I thought that was a great movie. I want to see another one.
Yeah, my kind of fears with what I feel like now when you're going to see original films, like we
but I mean that was an original film though.
Yeah, but I feel like now, like we're going to get to a point where you're not going to see those in theaters anymore at all. Like I have a feeling like this is probably how it would be like. The original film will be like on a Netflix, like on some sort of streaming service. If it does really well, then they'll say, okay, we'll take the IP, build something with it, then put it in theaters.
I have no problem with that because like it'd be a proof of concept and you actually would know that you would get better films in the theaters. So like when you went to the theater to get that theater experience, you would know it'd be a good film and you have something to base it off of.
And
I mean, because like case in point, Chronicle, like they're supposed to make a second Chronicle. It still hadn't happened. I think there was something with the director. He lost his mind or something.
You're not talking about Chronicles of Riddick, right?
No. Chronicle. The one with the 3 kids that had superpowers because they came in contact with that comet or something like that. And then the one friend became evil because he was like stronger than them. He was practicing a whole lot too. He was like, he had a kind of twisted childhood and he started like killing animals and doing weird stuff. And then he was just like, he's like, yo, I'm all powerful. I'm more powerful than y'all. And they were like trying to fight him. And ended up messing him up real bad. And then rolled out. And then that's how it ended. Spoiler alert.
Wow. I don't know what to do with that information.
You actually have to watch it or whatever. Because like what I said,
my face show I've never seen.
What I said makes no sense. But they had the one black kid and the 2 white kids. It was actually well done. Very well done.
Who was the evil one?
One of the white kids, like the younger white kid. He had a jacked up family life. So
I was gonna say if they made the one black person the evil one.
Now what's wrong with that? I mean, Denzel was good when he was a bad guy.
I mean, that's actually like, I hate to say it, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Hell, as a matter of fact, like some people that are very, very nice, like in movies, whatever, like John Travolta, hell of a bad guy.
Him in Face Off.
Yeah, he was in Face Off, and you remember like he was almost like an anti-hero in from Paris with Love. And then with Denzel Washington, Phelan, like what 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 or something like that. It was a train movie with Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was like Phelan something.
I know what you're talking about though.
It was either 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 1.
I remember.
Thank you.
I never thought, but I know what you're talking about. But we're gonna wrap this up.
Are you sure you want to wrap it up?
Yep.
Sure.
I don't like the way you said that.
You're positive?
Absolutely. We'll probably be doing a sequel of this episode.
We need to wrap it up sponsorship. That's what we need.
We need some sort of sponsorship. Hey, it's the end of the year. Hey, listen. Y'all better come on here and get a part of this craziness we got going on over here. Shenanigans. That's what I call them.
I don't know if that's part of the craziness.
Shenanigans.
Demure.
Very demure.
Yeah, we're gonna get the fuck out. Thank you once again for listening or watching. I'm Kevin Manfrey with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
It's very demure over here.
And Carson Hyde Ferguson.
Shout out to Travis Henry, man, winning that Heisman.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Travis Hunter. I say Henry.
That's not even
Travis Hunter winning that Heisman. I appreciate him doing that, man. Best college football player in the nation. That's what I'm talking about, man. What's up?
I didn't even realize you said his name.
We here.
Shout out to Future then. That's my Scorpio twin.
There's no reason to bring these 2 folks in here.
What's up, Future? Hey, if you want to come on the podcast, you're more than welcome to. I'm telling you right now.
I tell you right now, we ain't got no baby mamas for you. So don't be looking for that. You know what I'm saying?
Put it on Kevin. It's on Kevin.
I don't even know what to do with this.
Hey, we gotta end the year right though. That's what I'm saying. We gotta.
Bro.
Yeah, man, it's subjective. It's subjective, man. I ain't talking about his woman. I'm congratulating him.
You didn't even say that. You said it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You said it.
I didn't say that.
That came out of your mouth just a minute ago.
I just said I wasn't talking about his woman.
Nobody said that though.
Yeah, I know.
Future just in the studio doing whatever he doing. He had nothing to do with it.
Shout out to that mixtape though.
Sensational.
What's dude's name? You said who won the Heisman?
Travis.
He need to go listen to Future's
Travis Hunter.
mixtape.
Travis Hunter.
He need to go listen to Future's new mixtape. Is what he need to do.
I don't know if anybody should take relation advice from Future.
Like, I don't know.
I'm just saying. Like, you know, maybe that's me.
Future is where you go to when your relationship ends.
No, I think it's when you're trying to like end it horribly. Like you hate that person.
Oh,
I mean,
you're
really.
trying to scorch earth.
Yeah. Like, I mean, ain't no nothing. You know, it definitely ain't no.
Gonna be played at no one's wedding.
Definitely. Well, I don't know, man. You might go to Atlanta. Future.
Like I could be.
You might go to Atlanta, man. Future might be banging, man.
Oh, Future banging in Atlanta. That's just
two at the same
I
time.
like he shouldn't be banging in
Two at the same time, man. In the lobby.
Wait. What is we talking about? End the episode. End it. Because it done got way out of control now.
We talking about song lyrics.
Before things are said
Get your flip flops.
that we can't take back. That's a wrap.